so forth, and they're my friends also. And Manny's not prejudiced against anybody.
Freddie, at 37 years old, is he still the same Manny to you, or has there been little bit of a slowdown where you can kind of tell, age is becoming a factor?
Well, I think the thing what showed that maybe is the long layoff. So the 11 months off, and then the comeback. The comeback was a lot harder this time than it's been ever before in his life. And he said, he told me it's just getting a little older, and it took a little more time to get to where we want to be. And finally we're there, and I'm really happy about that. Again, the last 2 days have been great. And leading up to that, we had some great days along the way too, in the midst and so forth. But sparring, not so good. But yesterday he was finally himself, and I was really happy about yesterday's workout. I think he turned the corner now, and he's ready for the fight.
Do you see any intensity in him at this point?
Manny's always a very intense trainer. He works out. He trains to win. He trains to go 12 hard rounds, and we're talking a little bit about knockout, and he's not going against it so much this time because, he's not telling me he doesn't want to hurt anybody. Let them go the distance and so forth. So I think he's looking for a knockout in this one, but we'll see.
Freddie, you talk about this being his last fight. Freddie, what mentality do you have going into it? Are you treating it like his last fight, or how are you approaching it?
Well, I'm hoping it's not his last fight because I think he still has a lot left in him, and there's some interesting fights out there that are there possibly. Could we get a rematch with Mayweather? I would like that because I was disappointed in the first performance, but the thing is, his shoulder had maybe a lot to do with that. But the thing is, I still wasn't happy about the way he fought that fight. I know he can do much better, and I think he can actually beat Mayweather. And he actually thinks he won the fight. I said, yeah, maybe he did. But I said, we can get the decision, and that's what I want to see is for you to get the decision, and I'll beat this guy hands down. And I think he can do that.
Have you tried changing his mind? You spoken to him about it?
No, I haven't tried changing his mind. No. The thing is, I'm just letting things kind of go as it is, and just put no pressure on him. And the thing is, I know there are a couple big fights out there for him possibly, and I think maybe if he becomes senator, I think that might have a big factor about it, because being a senator is a lot more work to do as a senator than a congressman, and maybe he won't have the time. So I'm kind of hoping that he does become senator a little bit, but I am. Manny in Congress one day did make me a citizen, and he brought it up as an issue in Congress, and the Speaker of the House okayed my papers.
Are you gonna miss him when he's gone?
I will miss Manny when he's gone for sure. Yeah, I mean, we've been together 15 years now, and we have a great relationship. But I'll still go to the Philippines for his birthday and so forth, and seeing him. We'll be friends for life.
Your thoughts on Bradley and the 2 fights against him with Manny?
Well, I thought Manny won both fights, but I know this is more of a rubber match now. But Bradley's got a new trainer, and everyone's making a big deal about that. I think he is more of a cheerleader in the corner, and I'm not afraid of firemen or fire or whatever he's not afraid of. And I have a couple of guys that work out here that are firemen, and I think it was disrespectful to real firemen that what he said. So.
Do you know Teddy personally?
I know Teddy personally, yeah.
You go back with him, I've
had a couple of altercations with him, and not well. But
Freddie, you mentioned Mayweather, and he did an interview with us where he said that he would never do a rematch with Manny ever again. That's never going to be a possibility. How do you respond to that, knowing that I know you say you wanted a rematch?
Well, like I said, the way that those two guys spend money, I think they both might need a rematch. Because Manny spends money on his people, and he does good things with his money, and Mayweather spends his money on a lot of cars, a lot of houses, and stuff like that. But it's just, I think I think he would fight Manny again if it came to the table. But the thing is, I think that's more up to Manny right now what he does, if he's going to fight again or not.
Freddie, recently his dad was the one that sparked up rumors of a potential rematch between his son Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Were you surprised by that?
I didn't hear it. That's the first I heard of it. I don't really keep up with his dad. We're not friends, and we never will be. So that's.
But do you respect him as a trainer? He's a great trainer. Do you respect him as a trainer?
No, I think his son's a great fighter, but I don't. He's only training for a couple of fights. Roger's training most of the time. I think Roger did most of the work, but I think that he is a natural fighter. I knew him since he was 5 years old. I've seen him train since he was 5 in the gym, and he could fight back then too, when he was 5. He's just one of those guys that grew up around boxing, and I don't think anyone really trains him. I think he just does what he wants.
It looks like Senior did a great job with Oscar De La Hoya and a few other fighters, world champions. Is there still no acknowledgement there from you for him?
I trained Oscar also. He did very well in the fight. He almost beat Mayweather, but I don't think I'm a great trainer because I trained Oscar and like that. I mean, I don't think his dad's a good trainer. I don't think he's a good cornerman. You can't understand him in the corner. You can't. I mean, if you can tell me what he says, I'll pay you.
Freddie, so how real is this thing with Teddy Atlas and Freddie? Because they're trying to build it up as a big thing. How real is this feud between both of you?
I don't like him, and he doesn't like me. That's all. There's no really, but it's the first time we're facing each other, so it's a little competitive. But that's not why I want Manny to win the fight. It has nothing to do with Teddy Atlas, and I really don't care what Teddy does. I know he's been working on ESPN as an announcer for a long time. I know Povetkin was his last fighter, I believe, and they did one fight together. But I just don't think that anyone can make a difference this far into a fighter's career. Yeah, I don't think he can make that many changes. Again, I do believe that once Manny hits him, he'll revert back to what he's used to.
You talk about altercations with him, Freddie. Have they been physical? Have they just been, you guys cross?
No, just when I took over Michael Moore, there was a lot of bad things that happened. So, and John Davamos hired me because Teddy had quit, and John Davamos had hired me, and we had some words, and they weren't good.
Freddie, Associated Press. I'm Aaron Rainin. How are you today?
Good.
Listen, we're just going to ask you a couple of questions again. Could you lower that a little bit, sir, just for our shot? Thank you. Could you lower that, Associated Press? Tell me, how important is this fight, do you think, to Manny, and how prepared is he for it?
He's 100% prepared for the fight, and it's a very important fight, especially if it's his last one. I want him to go out with a bang, and I urge him that we haven't seen him knock out in a long time, and that he will do. It'll be great for him to have another knockout. And the sparring I saw yesterday, he was really setting down his punches, really doing well with the sparring partners, and it's a very important fight for him to win.
Now, the Mayweather question. Could he fight again, do you think, Mayweather? And tell me what's running through your mind about a rematch.
A rematch, I think, could happen. I would like to see that, but I would want Manny to fight a much better fight than he did in the first one, because I know he can. And I think with the shoulder injury he had, that's gone now, and it's looking really good. He's punching really, really good with both hands, and so with two hands, I like him in the fight.
Now, the last question here. Obviously, he's running for senator in the Philippines. It must be distracting him. How focused is he on this match?
He hasn't really done any politics or any campaigning the whole time we're in the Philippines or here. The people see him working out and getting ready for a fight. And most people tell me in the Philippines, the better he does in his fight, the more votes he'll get. So that's something I tell him. I said, well, if you knock this guy out, you'll get a lot of votes.